So I think that we were very fortunate today to we're into a little bit of a rhythm right now where our guys are shooting the ball really well, and we're a tough guard for a lot of teams when all five guys are shooting it in. And Muhammad Ali, Abdur Rahman, he's this guy that is. As the year went on, we began to realize as a staff that he can do so much more than we were probably allowing him to do. We're probably focused in some other areas, and he's basically right now become a guy we play through like we would a Tim Hardaway, a Trey Burke, Nick Stauskas, right, Karis LeVert. That's how we play through some really good players, and we're trying to do that right now, and he's not disappointing us. I think that we really caught Maryland on a tough day where you don't have Herter. Herter, I'd like to say we did guard. We did guard Kevin well, right? We guarded Colin well, but we did not they got open shots too, and they just missed them. And this game could have been much closer if it'd be a 6-point swing, but they'd miss an open one, we'd make one, they'd miss another one, and we'd make one. So we were very fortunate about it because I think Maryland's got a terrific program. I think they've got terrific players. They're just young. They're just young everywhere. I mean, there's sophomores all over the place, and they're going to be really good. But we feel really good about a road win. It's our 6th road win. We're 6-5 on the road, which I know you all would like us to win every road game. Like every team to win every road game, but it's really hard. To get 6 of them is a good sign of who we are as a team.
Questions for Coach, please?
Coach, that stretch in the first half, Jerron hit a 3-minute pass, pulled a couple threes. I guess, are you thinking, okay, this is like where we can be offensively?
Well, now you're just not going to shoot. We had 11 threes at halftime. That's not going to happen. It could happen again, and we'd like it to happen again, and it has happened before. But it's not something you would count on. You could have 5 of those shots go in and out. But we work. I hope this is the stat, and you guys can try and figure it out. Usually we're diligent about continue to work on shooting all year long. And hopefully at the end, we've been able to shoot it well. I called Muhammad over and I said, you're doing a D. Walt impersonation right now at just the right time. Derek Walton impersonation, you're playing with confidence. And like I said, they came out switching every screen, so I said, okay, it's been a lot of games now, people are switching screens, so we're getting more comfortable with what we have to do. But you have to make outside shots, and we did.
Was that the best first half the team has played this year?
This year?
Yeah.
Defense, if you add offense and defense, it probably was, because I wasn't at halftime, I didn't talk about that. I talked about holding Maryland to 24 points at halftime. That was what was great about that half.
Coach, when you say that Muhammad's emergence has been more productive to the coaching staff to design more stuff for him, or him sort of coming into his own?
Both, but we definitely have seen it, and as we tried to find out, all right, what the things that are most strengths? What are Charles, right? Xavier. As we tried to sort of put this thing together, we realized that this young man he's always been this really good role player, and he's evolved more into that. He got over 100 assists today, I think, right? Was that his 100? Look at that. But I also showed, like Charles, how many assists Muhammad had 25 or something as a freshman. It's the great part about college basketball when you hit it right, and it doesn't always have a kid that will not transfer because he's not a star after 2 years. He's not begging to go to the NBA. He just gets better every year, and all of a sudden in February he can have a great February.
John, you mentioned Derek Walton comparison. I guess how critical is it to have a senior Premier Center helping the skiller
at this time, because you got to have a guy, as you can see, even with that big lead, you got to have a guy who'll step up and make a basket or drive when you need to drive him. So it's I feel very good right now, and he's got those glasses because you see he's very bloodshot in his right eye from it was actually a shoot around that one of our managers hit him, and the manager's no longer with us, but that's a joke. But so he's wearing those goggles. We should all wear goggles. That was great.
Coach, let's talk about it at Big Ten Media Day when this FBI investigation first became news, and now with the latest round of allegations and the Sean Miller thing. How disturbing is it for you as somebody who has had a reputation of doing things the right way? And also, is it almost impossible for coaches to know where their players, who their players are going to talk to?
I'll answer the second part. You know, as I said, these are allegations. That's all I was saying. I'd like to see more before I'd come up here and say, hey, those were all wrong. Those accusations are true. That's certainly not the way college basketball should work. And there's so many of us doing it the right way. There's so many of us. And whatever the number of this comes out to, if all the accusations are true and all these things, it's not good for our game, but we'll evolve and we'll get better. The second part was,
In terms of knowing where your players, who your
yeah, here's the key, and we really pride ourselves in this, like many other schools. Educate your players, educate the parents the best that you can. But when somebody's offering them something, whether it's big or whether it's small, they got to say no to Coca-Cola, right? If an agent's talking to them, they also got to obviously say no to money. And a lot of people come from situations where that may not have that opportunity again. So you got to educate them so that they know it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
John, did you think that Maryland being tied up into the report yesterday might affect them today? Or did
No, I think that's. I'm not going to judge another school, first of all, what they're going to go through. But they were, they had a really good win on Monday, right? And they were ready to play, and it was really, it's great right now that we could go and play a team like that and play that well for us. But now Mark will get them all together, and they'll be ready to go. They'll be ready to go. Sometimes something like that at the end of the season, this could be bad news for us and great news for them, that their players now will maybe appreciate that what the coach has been telling them really works. And if our team doesn't appreciate what the coaching staff has been telling them really works, and they think it's them, it's a team thing.
John, you don't have to go down until Thursday or Friday, depending on the season.
Yeah.
What's your plan for the next couple of days?
Yeah, we're definitely, believe it or not, the way the schedule, tomorrow's our first Sunday off in 2018. So I told these young men today's a day of do what you do. If you were home on a Sunday, what would you do? And so it's a day really we need to rest. The coaching staff needs to rest, and then we'll know a little bit late Sunday night, and that dreaded those late games. We'll wait and see who wins, and then we'll have to get a plan for 2 teams if we're the 5, and Nebraska if we're the 4. But then we have one more day, so not crazy about having one more day as much as people would think. You'd like the way we're playing now, I'd like to play soon again.
Take a couple more.
Coach, how important do you think it was for Charles Matthews to see a couple
That was,
shots go down?
yeah, that was big. I mean, because he's worked on it. He's been working after practice, been working on his own, been working with the coaching staff, and it's just big to have him do that. He's every day there's these great strides and a step backwards with taking care of the ball or missing something. Again, I don't know how many assists he had today. If he had a few, I think he's over 80 right now. That's more than Trey Burke had, or not Trey Burke. It's more than Tim Hardaway had until we played like 38 games. He's getting there, but it's a process he's going through.
3 straight games where Poole has been in double-digit scoring. What's changed for him in terms of just consistency?
I think the coach is playing him more. That's been a good thing, and he's showed us that defensively, right, and offensively, he's about making the next right play more than maybe typical freshman or maybe he was earlier in the year. So now we'll play through a mistake because we know that they're not as common as they were when he was still developing. You know, like he's a very young. He's still 18 years old right now. He's a very young freshman, and so he's just growing through it. And he's got a little bit more. He's put some trust, right, into our bank, so that we can say, okay, made a mistake. He's got more in him. But he's been a key right now. He and Duncan Robinson, having those 2 guys come off the bench, been a big key for us.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks everyone.
Our players are